Hi everyone! I am so excited to talk detox today because so many people experience fatigue, cystic acne, brain fog, and sensitivities to foods, and many people don't know why or what's going on. And it could be because your body needs some help with detoxifying. And so that's why today I wanted to share my 3 strategies for improving detoxification in your body naturally. So if we haven't met before, I'm Jen Martinsen. I am a functional nutritionist, the founder of Nutrition Bliss, and also a holistic health coach. And I am so excited to share my detoxification tips with you today. In fact, I was talking to a girlfriend last week, and she shared with me that she watched a documentary recently on Netflix, and it was about the food industry and toxins and how things work within our food system, and it left her really angry, but probably not for the reason that you think. She felt very frustrated because she felt now well versed in where the toxins were, but didn't know the solutions and how to go about doing things differently. So everything just felt scary. Give me a thumbs up below if you've ever felt this way. I know that I have personally. So I wanted to really focus today on tangible, easy solutions that you can do to improve your body's ability to detoxify. So as we go through the conversation today, please feel free, if you're listening live, to ask any questions below, and I'd be happy to answer them. Or if you're listening to this on a rebroadcast, please still leave your comments, and I'd be happy to respond and be part of the conversation. So feel free to engage at any time. So let's get started with my first strategy, and that is reducing your exposure to toxins in the first place. It seems pretty intuitive, right? So I like to think of our body as a glass container, and toxins that we encounter every day or throughout the years are like liquids pouring into that glass. Now, our bodies are meant to withstand a certain amount of toxins. They have great pathways in place to work those things through your body so you leave relatively unharmed. But what can be dangerous is if those pathways aren't working correctly and maybe that glass begins to overflow. Then that's when you start feeling those symptoms that we were talking about, like the headaches, the brain fog, or you start having sensitivities to food that you've never had before. Those are perfect examples of your body saying, hey, I need some help with detoxification. So limiting the amount of toxins that you're exposed to every day is one great way to reduce that burden on your body. So some ways of going about that would be eating a relatively clean diet and organic foods. So when we're talking about a clean diet, usually that means foods that you go and buy at the grocery store in their whole form, and you're cooking them at home, and you know exactly what went into them, you know the ingredients, and you trust all of the food that you're eating. I know it's not possible to make a home-cooked meal every single night, so when you are buying things that are packaged in some sort of processed form and they come in a box, that's okay. Just make sure you're looking at the ingredient list and it has no more than 5 to 7 ingredients, and hopefully all ingredients that you can pronounce and understand exactly what they are. If that's the case, then you're great. If you're checking your pantry or your refrigerator and you find something that maybe has 15 or 20 ingredients in it, I would suggest that you throw it in the trash because it's filled with more stuff that isn't really great for your body and isn't healing. So best to put that to the side and try to find other sources that are going to be more helpful and healing, like organic foods. And the reason that's important is because the pesticides that are sprayed on those foods contain toxins. And especially for women, some studies have linked those pesticides to your body not being able to convert testosterone into estrogen. Now that's really important if you have any type of condition which is attributed to having low estrogen levels. You don't want extra gunk in your body decreasing that process from happening naturally. So trying your best to eat organic foods, especially foods that you eat the whole fruit or vegetable, like, for example, lettuce, spinach, kale, even blueberries or strawberries. Those are best to always choose organic whenever you can. The next tip that definitely impacts women would be green beauty products and also choosing green cleaning supplies to be used in your home. Anything that you're putting in your home or on your body absolutely increases your exposure to toxins. And I know this can feel overwhelming. It did for me. So I love the Environmental Working Group. They do a great job of letting you know your favorite products that you can use, but just cleaner versions. And it doesn't have to be overnight and everything, just starting where you can, again, to reduce the toxic load. Number two, I think it's a really important concept to understand that nutrition is detoxifying. You really need to make sure your body is nourished to be able to detoxify appropriately. And I think it can be kind of dangerous that there are some detoxes out there or cleanses that are promoting feeling better and ridding your body of toxins when you go on a liquid-only diet for maybe 2 to 5 days, some are as long as a week. And some cleanses can have a healing purpose when they're timed in a professional way for specific healing. But most cases, when we're going into looking at a detox, if your body's not already fortified with lots of great nutrition, those pathways can break down and not be working the way that you want them to, which means when you're restricting your body even more for that period of time, you can have actually increase the toxins and feel worse as a result. So I think really starting to think about how you can detoxify every day by adding colorful plant-based foods into your diet. They're packed with phytonutrients, which are antioxidants, and they help your detox pathways working the way that they're supposed to. So whenever you can, adding lots of color of a variety of spices, herbs, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, all of them are packed with phytonutrients. So no matter which way you choose to eat, even if you're paleo or if you're vegan, there's one thing that nearly every dietary theory can agree on, and that is plants are great. Maybe we don't agree on which plants to eat, but we know that eating plants is really important to giving your body what it needs. Another example of a food that you should definitely be eating to help detoxification is protein. Those amino acids are needed, again, to make sure that your detoxification pathways are working. And when we're talking about protein, it doesn't always need to be eggs or some type of meat. There are plenty of plant-based proteins, so you can get a 2-for-1 for eating those plants. And I'm talking about even kale has a high protein content, legumes like beans and lentils, nuts and seeds. Hemp seeds are a personal favorite of mine to add into smoothies because for a little seed, they are packed with protein as well as many other benefits. So phytonutrients and protein are great ways to help nutritionally detoxify your body. The third area is improving your elimination pathways. So we know that the toxins are going to come in. We want to make sure our body has everything it needs to get it back out. And there are top 2 ways of improving your elimination. First is water. Water cannot be overemphasized. And one tip that I like to share is starting your morning with drinking a big glass of water. You're going to be really dehydrated from the night before, and a lot of us go downstairs and grab our cup of coffee first thing in the morning, and that's actually dehydrating your body even further. So starting with drinking a big glass of water, then 20 minutes later eating your breakfast, and then have your coffee will set a really great foundation for the day. And make sure you're drinking water throughout the day as well. Because the top 2 ways that your body continues to hold on to toxins and isn't able to release it is dehydration and constipation. And drinking lots of water can help both those areas. The next way is eating lots of fiber. So this relates back into the plants. We already know we need our body to be nourished, but fiber is also really important because it binds to all of the products our body says, okay, we've processed it, we don't want it in here anymore, it's ready to go. Fiber binds to all of that and helps it move through your system. So a lack of fiber or eating a lot of processed foods that don't have all of their fiber retained, if you're eating lots of breads, pastas, cereals, most of that has had its fiber stripped. So if you're eating a lot of whole-based foods in their whole form and plants, you're going to be getting lots of fiber. So that's definitely going to help your elimination. But there's another way that your body also eliminates toxins, and that is through sweat. So getting in exercise 5 times a week is great for your heart, but it's also great to get that sweat and remove those toxins from your body. And if there are days that happen where you can't get exercise in, it happens to all of us. If you do have access to a sauna, sitting in there for 20 minutes is also incredibly healing to release those toxins. And then also make sure you're showering afterwards to rinse everything off. It really will help with your body's ability to detoxify. So that wraps up my 3 strategies. I would love to hear from you which strategy really hits home and that you would like to work on or learn more about. And would love if you were to tag a friend below that you think would enjoy this information or they think that, that they would find helpful in their everyday life. And if you want to learn any more, please, on my Facebook page, there is a sign up button. There you can access my welcome guide, which has more information about detoxification and even has other tips and strategies about how to reduce your exposure. So check that out or go to nutritionbliss.com. There's also more information there, and you can download my welcome guide from the website as well. So thank you so much for everyone that joined me. This was great spending time with you, and I'll talk to you soon.